our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin as number the first every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Epona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Martin Epona the corner 24/7, 24/7. Hi, I am Martin Epanch. Say my name to define mass media, and it is defined. I am Martin, journalist to the core, a broadcaster, if you will. I am Martin, the film director. I am Martin, producer. CKC call me metal or mobile piggy. Osuma call me metal. For know me as the lyrical killer who calls me Papoa. Whenever I look at the sky from here, I think the most type was good. My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Marlowe Udoku, designer Barclay Dogidi. Keep listening to Street Report with Martin on Ebonadi 103.5 FM Ogidi.
Yes, it's about time. The time for ombudsmanship, the time when we get to, solve all those issues that are very critical, this is that time. Somebody who knows somebody that knows Governor Chukwumacha Soludo, should tell him that media must be included in the palliatives packages. And this is how I welcome you to this wonderful edition, Spirit and Knowledge Field edition of Street Report on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifan Shuku Ekeze, as I am by the force, the one that I call Meta. Now, the issue I have come to discuss with you today is a challenge that a lot of people will not accept as, a challenge that is even a challenge to us as, as Igbo people, as a community, as Nigerians, because one senator said something that is very important about this particular challenge, and we must talk about it today because it's very important. And that challenge is that whenever it comes to the issue of media, the Igbo person is last on the list. I'll say it again. When it comes to issue of media, journalism, information, the Igbo person is last on the list in Nigeria. If we begin to give scores to sector, sector by sector, this sector, when it comes to the sector of the media, I don't think the Igbo person can score 20%. I don't think. But that is very funny because the ancient Igbo people understands information very well. The ancient Igbo people understand what it means to get information. That's why the town crier back in the days is like one of the most important persons you will find in Igbo land back then. That was how important, the town crier is. They listen. Whenever he shouts, they listen. And he accord their respect. He needs some kind of gifts. He I need if I need on a very good day because now his role in the community is very, very important. Now, let's bring it back to the modern day Igbo, Igbo society. Do we value information just the way the old people? And then has we value information the way first we value only about the town crier because no one and when I talk about the value for information, I'm also talking about the value for the one who is the bearer of that information in the first place. The journalist. The ignorance of the Igbo person in the areas of the media can be seen in the attitude of people who believes that everything must revolve around Imafia, the market. Yes, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I met one man, that was talking to his children and was asking them, why must you study mass communication? Somebody was saying, I want to study mass communication, or because that brother studied mass communication and he's working, and he'll be like, what are you talking about? Why are you studying mass communication? You want to go and study how to talk. Why don't you study law? Why don't you study medicine? Why all of those things? Because of all need for information, mean on a very good day. The essence of Onya study information. Now, let me tell you that today in Nigeria, the most important people, like the people who understands the media, are the most important people in Nigeria today. And when a set of people in Nigeria today, faji their radio, seek information, if at the time. If take cover because they have first-hand information, because they get to seek it from time to time. And then, and when a set of other people down of one place, now all the time will boo radio at the end of the day. But ajuju weblozia, onya abu radio na akwari na seek information. No onye nke na amu ya amu, kedu onye kamalefe. The late Ozemena Wansube, Ayakan Sube, gave Igbo people an important information that they must hold on to very much. He said stuff like, Igbo, Shoba power. That's what he said in the song he called Power to the Nigerian Jews. The Nigerian Jews. He believes that the Igbos are the Nigerian Jews. That's why he made another song that talked about the movement of Ili, the movement of, God. In that particular song, you get to hear about Ubu God and a lot of things, the history of the Igbo people. And that is to show you that we are a people that document things. We don't play with information from the ages. But today, is it the same? Are we still, very much important or very much interested in... I want to tell you that, most of the things that we complain about in Nigeria is because of what we bring to the table. It is just as simple as that. The fact that we complain, yes, we are marginalized and that. It is because of what we bring to the table, of that existence, of, that round circle of Nigeria. That's, what we bring to the table. That's why it is the way it is. And I want to tell you that if we value the media and invest as much as we are supposed to invest in the media, I don't think we'll be complaining about marginalization. And this is how I welcome you into this particular edition of Street Report on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. You know, this is how it goes down. And there will be a time when we'll get to talk about it. You know, there will be a time when I'll open the phone line so that you get involved and tell me what you think about all of this. But remember that you can become part of the conversation by, joining us on Facebook now. We have a link where you can drop, your comments, drop your comments on that particular link. Let's get to know, your own thoughts about what we're talking about this evening. You can also, become part of the conversation by sending reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages. Then you become part of it via 08096661035. So this is how we welcome you into this particular edition of Stick Around With Me. Joba power. And what is power? Power is information. Or power powerful. He who has information, which is power. Or hope. Today, a lot of people will complain about the fact that there is no federal government presence in the Southeast. What is the reason? The reason is because the media, the Igbo person does not value the media. That's the reason. And you cannot actualize development, without the media. That's why it is like that. You are welcome back to Straight Report on Abona, the 103.5 FM. I remain Martin Ifan Shuku Ekeze. As I number the force, the one they might call Metal. So in order to attract federal government presence, just the way we are talking about it, in order to even attract private sectors, not the federal government even self, the private sectors, once the private sector is is here, the federal government presence will be here as well. But you must attract that with development, and you cannot do that without the media. It is very important to know. Let me illustrate further. Fake news is always an epidemic in Nigeria, but the people affected the most by fake news is the Igbo people. We are the ones who are like the ones who sympathize or lean to fake information than any other area in Nigeria, and I will illustrate further. And in order to illustrate further, I will show you that sit-at-home situation, in the Southeast is an evidence that fake news is eating deep into, our community. How can you tell me to accept self-destruction as a way to actualize whatever I'm looking for? Or how can you tell me that it is okay when I now stop myself from getting what I need to get on daily basis? That's the only way I can actualize what I want to actualize in the first place. That is fake information on its own. You should know that. For you to disrupt economic activities for a whole day, do you know the impact of what that? Do you know what it means? And a day out of all the days, Fela made a song and called it Ojo Monday Oko Niba Bakuba. That means Monday is very important, but today we are using it for, I don't know. Somehow the Igbo person have been convinced to use self-destruction as a means. The Igbo person have been convinced that, okay, by doing this, destroying yourself, they will get to listen to you. How come? And that thing that you're doing, if we have enemies, don't you think that that's exactly what your enemies will want you to do in the first place? Self-destruction. And when you embark on that self-destruction, what else is left for him to do? You just go on and do whatever you are doing to yourself because you are doing his bidding. Let me tell you right now that it's easier to conduct interview in Asaba than in Oka. It is easier to conduct interview in Opanam, in Enuguku, or in any part of any other, like Igbo land itself. Like, I'm not trying to say that maybe Delta State, some people believe, yes, it's Igbo land as well, but I'm trying to tell you the difference, how tough it is to work in the Southeast as a journalist. So Igbo land, where once, in the ancient days, the town crier will come out. A lot of people will get to listen to him. A lot of people want to have conversation with him to get to know what is going on a very good day. Today, the modern day town crier, anywhere he comes out, in Igbo land, he is not valued. I'm telling you first-hand information. And people who despise information, how do they survive? In Nigeria, the first people to embrace information is the Yoruba people. You know, it is a fact. With, you know, the first newspaper in Nigeria, it is like a fact that nobody can do anything about it. It's just there. It's the first newspaper in Nigeria, and it's written in Yoruba language. That particular thing you see have a lot of impact in their society. You know, today they are the head when it comes to the media. No horrible. Now, the question I have for you today is information and mafia. Which one is more important? Information and food. Which one is more important? Now, this one is coming from Oyo State, Oyo State Senator, who is observing exactly. And this that thought is coming out from him when a particular, journalist slumped during, during this screening of a ministerial nominee, and that particular journalist died. Now, this is how it is happening. Senator Ali Mons Tribune reporter Tijani Adeyemi. Senator Sharafaddin Ali, APC, Oyo South, has expressed sadness over the sudden death of Tribune correspondent in the Nigerian Senate, Mr. Tijani Adeyemi. This is contained in a statement signed by his special advisor on media, Mr. Akim Abbas, and made available to newsmen on Thursday. Adeyemi's sudden death, which occurred on Wednesday, has left many in shock, including Ali, who expressed deep concern over the incident. Ali described Adeyemi's sudden death as a great loss to the Nigerian media industry, saying the deceased was a committed journalist who had passion for accurate reporting and investigative journalism. He said that the death of a journalist at a place of work was a painful and unfortunate development that called for greater attention to journalists' welfare and safety. Ali said that the Senate press corps and the entire Nigerian media industry had lost a hard-working member who would be greatly missed by all because of his work. Anyway, he didn't stop there. He continued. The chairman, Senate Committee on Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Senator Sharafaddin Ali, has appealed to media owners across the country to prioritize the welfare of journalists in their employment. Ali, who represents Oyo South Senatorial District on the platform of the All Progressive Congress (APC), urged the media people to prioritize the safety and well-being of their people. And then he says the lawmaker made this appeal while reacting to the death of the Tribune news correspondent at the Senate, Mr. Tijani Adeyemi. And you see, why it is very important, that he must talk about it. The lawmaker who noted that journalists are often exposed to risks as well as hazards in their discharge of their official duties used the opportunity to call on organizations to take the welfare of the media people serious, at the end of the day. Now, we need to talk about it. I'll bring it now to the presidential election so that we get to understand what I'm talking about this evening. Now, during the presidential election, we had three candidates, top three candidates like the APC, the president now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, PDP, represented by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party, the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, amongst these three individuals. The one, who understands the power of the media, for me, more is the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If we look at their track records, what they must have done with the media in the past, maybe in the capacity they served in, So let's start with the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. During his tenure as the governor of Lagos State, the media flourished. He even up to date, you will still see his influence in the media. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar understands the media, but not as much as this other individual I'm talking about. Now, he understands the media. If you see the way he's working with the media, even in the way he uncovered the issue of the certificate, you see that, yes, he understands what the media stands for. Now, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi, who was once the governor of Anambra State, a wonderful man. I'm a big fan of his. I went to CKC, he went to CKC. So at the same time, I have that, that connection because he went to CKC. But if we look at his track record, based on the media, during his tenure as governor of Anambra State, in his days as the governor of Anambra State, his decision back then reflects the way the Igbo person sees the media, and that is in the way, the fact that he had to convert a media house into a supermarket. That supermarket is still here today. I go there to do my business, to do one or two things at the end of the day. But I know media practitioners who swore that they will never set their foot inside that place again, ever. Immediately it was converted into a supermarket. Anyway, the media house today is a supermarket, and believe me, you have reasons why, Oni of Ife called Mr. Peter Obi Tsunami. He called him Tsunami because everybody saw what happened during the election. Everybody saw how much impact, he had on Nigerians, the obedience movement, a lot of things that happened. The reason why he was called that. But which means that he performed very well in that election. That's what it means. But how is that supermarket helping out in his quest to recover his mandate? That's the question. Yeah, a lot to talk about the media and we, the people, Igbo people, we, the people, Nigerian people. What do you have to say about all of it? Information and food, which one is more important? The numbers you call and then you become part of this conversation remains 070-3445-9334 or 070-45-592210. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Kingsley. I'm taking from Delta.
Please go on.
All right. I just heard the question you asked concerning how a supermarket could help his journey today.
Yes.
In politics. So
Mm.
I'm very correct.
Okay.
That our perception about, our Igbo perception about media, in fact, is too backward. Too backward.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a number of individuals who are media gurus. But how does it impact in our tribe, this single tribe? How can someone, a reasonable and educated person, convert the media house to a supermarket? How can buying and selling help the Igbo career today? How can? We are all in the market. This is only an election where the Igbo men have come and see full fledged to support their own. Simply because when he was governor, if he had built on media, he would be able to educate some of these people. No, look, it is not about politics making money. No. You have to be involved in leadership. You will not have money. It does not end in the market alone. It does not end in the bank alone. You need to be interested in what happens, how you are being governed. It's not too late.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let our people hear you.
Yes.
It does not end in business. It does not end in the fat bank account. It doesn't end there.
Yeah.
Let me shock you. I was telling them, I said, it's not that Peter was starting to do well in that election.
Yeah.
The first barrier was implement. Implement. They will tell you, you will not go anywhere, you don't like the election. No, you will not do this, you don't like the election. He will not do that. He was part of it. He was just lucky to scale through. Well, he didn't scale through to the end. But let's see what the judge, what the court will do.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so that our people will hear you. Let them hear you.
Thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Yes. Once again, 07034459334 or 07045592210. You become part of the conversation. You can also join us on Facebook as we're live at Yabona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the link of the video, and then you become part of the conversation. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Well, welcome, my brother.
His Excellency Dimitri.
Welcome, my brother.
Oyibo say demonstration is power.
Yes. Lotego da ya fa gị na bisa kpọda ya na gabazi n'iru.
Afamba moya na ezimogu ni ka akpọ.
Biko gaba n'iru.
Onye jụrụ information ajụgo onwe ya.
No, ọ bụ.
Ị na-anya efu na ihe na-eme kịta without information ị mara ebe ị na-eje. Na anyị nọ na phone li all information. Na anyị nọ n'ihe ji ele ego na market all information. Ihe dị iji information wee tụgharị ịkọ ọka ma ọ bụ ajọ ọbụla. Mana enwere so many types of information. Enwere positive and negative information. Enwere ndị na-adị anụdị information ọ bụrụ fake. Ịbụ onye buru dị akpagharị ma na onye ahụ na-anụ ezigbo information. Na-asị ebe a na-anwụ nkwụ, ebe a na-azụ aka, asị nke a jikome nke a, ịnụrụ ya na news, ịnụrụ ya from metal, ịnụrụ ya n'olu metal, ma na ịmadị ihe ị na-eme. Information amaka. Ọ bụ information ka anyị ji mara ndị nweke ji fake certificate wee rigo n'oche. Mana ka anyị na-eje ibe anyị ma na information amaka.
Okay.
The metal ọ ya adịrị mma.
Dalo, my brother. Oh, thank you. You too, my brother. Thank you so much. Dalo. Yes. Ka anyị nụ ihe nwe ikwu n'ihe niile anyị na-akpa maka this. Ka esi m ya ka ndị be anyị ghọta na in media they're very important. The journalists are a very important person ekwesị uphold na the society because na ọrụ ya dị mkpa. You have to go. The numbers once again 07034459334. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome, my brother.
Yeah, I'm good morning, Chapo.
Because Gabaniru.
Yeah, I know me from there. So I want to even sorry suggest you.
Okay.
Who name fool maka na no media house where made for the
supermarket.
Yes. Obodo anyị nọ ya. Unu makwara na ndị ji media n'obodo anyị nọ ya bụ ndị West. O nwere ibe mere n'otu wee convert ya that media house to supermarket. Unu ya ndị mmadụ rapụ ịdị na-eji ihe. Right now, o nwere ibe m ga-abụ ukwu nkịta na nwa na onwe ị ga-adị ake maka na o nwere information anyị na-enweta like na ka mkpụ ukwu afa o nwere information anyị na-enweta na redio Biafra mana now nkụzi ebe a kịta na a ga-asị onye gwa ya onye ji ikwe so unu na-ebule nwoke mmadụ ebule m ya mọch ọchịchị ọchịrị Anambra ọchịrị ọfụma mana o nwere mistake ọ ga-akọrekt ya.
Thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Oh yeah, I'll be in line because no information need ka scrutinize ya. Ka ala just or move or no fake news or bazi maybe the society. You have to go because of the particular information now is in a particular outlet. How much of the ethics of journalism was involved in that particular information before you went here? Can just put anything without telling you exactly the facts. But let's hear from you now. This evening. Hello.
Hello, Meta.
Yes, welcome, my brother.
I was in that in there.
Biko Gabaniru. Yes. Nyaka na ajụnụ gị enyego gị facts ekweta m a lot of things kwuo ya then not platform mba ọ platform if I na-ekwu ethics of the job otu esi alụ dị ọlụ inye information ọ dịkwa factual ewe wepụta ya ka just dozialia some things na-ekwu ya with sentiment ka ọ wee bịa tụ ụtọ at the end of the day ọ ya bụ ya na-ekwu na ọ bụrụ just esi na platform enwego ụbọchị m na-eme program ebe a ịkpọ nye a particular information nsị gị na fake emesịa I saw to be ọ bụrụ fake eziokwu because na iche kilo the ethics of the job enwe fake information. Can you give example of fake information? Mgbe a na-ekwu okwu Trump asị na a ga-eme arrest mmadụ jee na artificial intelligence wee construct ebe a na-eme Trump arrest to police to show you also at the end of the day release na social media a lot of people try to go Trump arrest mgbe all fake information all idifa onwere a lot of them na-abịakwute ya na accept call nyanwa bụ the real information but no you want to make it up yeah hello okay mba ọ dụrụ otu a inwe facts bụ facts onwere ife anyị emenwu ihe bụ facts yọtago just like nke certificate a kịta nke certificate a bụ facts onwere ife mmadụ ga-emenwu about it otu a ka o si dị otu esikwu ka o si dị yes egwu ọzọ emena na ihe dị na ya ọzọ emena kọwara a lot of things ma wee kọwazie na power na Igbo ga-achọ the power themselves Igbo chọba power ọ ihe okwu and that power bụ gịnị the right information. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, my brother. Yes, now Facebook, we are joined by Ashuke Rosemary. You can become part of the conversation. Join us on Facebook as well at Ebon at 103.5 FM. Drop your comments, right there, and then you become part of the conversation. You can also send SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035, and then you become part of this conversation. Now, the numbers to call, and then you become part of this: 07034459334 or 07045592210. Hello. Yes. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Okay, please call back and then you become part of this conversation. Now, why talking about the president? Okay, let's get this call before we continue. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Your name and location, please. Okay, we lost that call. Please call back. Talking about the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, at the time, I don't have anything against him. I'm only stating the fact of how, the Igbo person sees or perceives the media on a very good thing, and that will be seen in that particular, decision he took to convert a media house to a supermarket. It is there. The supermarket is doing so well today, but at the end of the day, which one is more important, the supermarket or the media house? Which one is more important? Yes, let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Okay,
welcome back. Gabaniru, my brother. Oh.
Information of the land information.
Okay.
Because if you look at the moment, not the most, not the most, and I didn't yank and not the most, and all the work sentiment you were okay, and one line okay, so God then do a party. I think for those because they are said I can ask me again, you can now. When I take an idea, say one line okay, but I don't think you were here. Nothing here. I want to get you a good idea. Oh, we're only the world you can ask an apple. But I don't understand that in Nigeria. I want to look at that you need to work about here.
Okay. Nyakanna akọwalụ na ihe nna akọwa n'ife niile because na need ka anyị understand them from ihe anyị na-ekwu ka ọ ghara ebu elu ọ bụla ihe maybe ike ọnụ kwasị mana ọ ka anyị understand them from ihe anyị na-ekwu na ihe dị na ya na ife nchọ ka ịghọta your bargaining chips kedu ife iji wee na bargain like it is like a game everybody nwere ihe ha ji wee na bargain o nwere something iji wee bịa na the table kedu ife iji wee bịa na the table ke media houses iji wee nọ na the table in the first place wee na-ekwu about inwe presidency in the first place kedu the media houses I'm coming now. TV station in private own process your information to the world or will tell the world about your own struggles and notice about this thing. Onya bụ the question. Onya bụ ihe na akọwa na so ọ bụrụ a situation where na again take hotter the thing no ọ bụrụ a situation of na akwụgo ndị ga-achị Nigeria no kedu ife iji apagin. And the one is going to never to the data. Also, go to the other no because I'm register born as I hope my brother.
So I can't know what I'm forgetting about. You never know to the dinner. I'm going to go. Because I'm forgetting about. I'm not forgetting about go in. You know, like that, oh, but you're going to put a very good data. I don't know why you're going to go. I'm bad when I did this to go there. I'm not the one that you're going to let you.
After I didn't register, my brother. In Hotalia, after I didn't register. Mano, in Walo, the federal government presence in a complain about because in Walo eat your own bargaining chips. In Walo eat a draw development to yourself. I get what go do. I got what hota. Now the media, Bunyawa, Ganya development. I get what go do. All the media, EAG media where follow your development. EAG were attracted to itself. My brother. I had a cocoa cement. Yeah, I had a cocoa media. You get to media too. But Kaina Batandos, oh, Dalo, thank you. Only anything. I'm not calling about the problem, and we must accept that problem. I accept Waya. Yota. I do the situation. Nathan Nache go bin before in the ancient days, I went town criers. In Maka, our people, our fathers is way. Today, the average Igbo person on where that regard for when that position of the town crier. Thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Check my brother. Now, the numbers once again, 07034459334. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from Oka.
Please go on, Nonso.
About media.
Yes. Now, Igbo society.
Yes, you could right.
Okay.
I understand you.
Yes.
But here the other man, you the right. No, I know. You are doing your work. I know. You understand? I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Man, I hear you. The other man, I think what happened. Anybody the information, everybody the right information. For the fact now, from the choose one, they will not accept it. And then at the other side, everyone will go again. Only will being the president or not. Article. Media house don't. Why we need media house don't.
Nyamelu njuwe na akọwalụ gị ewe ọ dapụ na my brother biko kpọchi ya azụ ka anyị nwee this conversation. Nyamelu njuwe na akọwa yotago ihe melụ the president juwe nwe upper hand over every other person because of his influence na the media. I got hota na the media bụ nyanwa na drive development. Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Please
go on. Yes, you can make it up. Or need to get the program itself. Yes.
And another thing is for that market like that world.
Yeah, of man. On a more of man.
I never online. I never met whatever. So the best thing for us to know what is good and doing.
Yes. The question is our people, our fathers valued the town crier. Today, we, the modern Igbo people, do we value the town crier, the modern town crier, which is the journalist? Do we? You believe when I value the journalist?
I believe myself. I believe.
Okay. Give me a reason why you think so.
Because all the day before I'm wine,
okay.
I can deal with it. Okay. But I can't. Only anybody now, your mother, if I use it now. So I want more people.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, and what I am telling you will reflect in the fact that our people do not advertise. I had a place advert. Advert or because of what law. The power, if a media person and business, yeah, or be in as much as a lot of people are now buying over it, but look at it, it's over there, Jenny message everywhere. If you for yourself that we do not value the media, and I must put it in us. No to across and the day we begin to value the media, that's the day marginalization I complain about, Ghana. Once again, the numbers you will call and then you become part of the conversation remains 07034459334 or 07045592210. Let's hear from you now. Hello. Yes, welcome, my brother. Biko Gabaniru. Hello. Hello. Okay, now I got you. Now I got you now. Okay. What about even cool about advert? Only well, please call back. I continue this conversation. But any in Kaza why is it that Igbo man is placing advert? Why? Why would you do it? Only when we can give 50,000 to Yafa. Man, that same 50,000 they make a lot of things for his business. All because they well understanding of what the business, of what the media is supposed to do for businesses I conduct around us. Let's hear from you now, please. Hello. Na aga n'iru o ma ajụ m ajụjụ si kedu ihe gbasara the e-place advert why o ji dị very difficult for onye Igbo
ọ dịka maka na enwero environment malụ mma iji wee mee business inwe ike place advert kịta as a welder na-agba ihe ọkụ adịrọ igote egbe gas wee lụọ ọrụ ngala ọnụ ị na-enwe ike ịdị na akwụ ụgwọ ihe niile a so onye nwata otu na-esi ụtọ ime advertisement mana ta na enenwe due to one thing or the other enwe ike ọkwa ngwa ejita ọdụrọ ọwụ ndị ji mmiri alụ ọrụ mmiri adụrụ so gọọmenti odozie ihe ọdọ ọfụma dị afọ ọdịbụ n'oge bụ a na-eme advertisement.
Okay. The thing is, ahotakwa the situation last because now mmadụ nwere ike place advert the influx of customers in with it for you that particular advert he place get enables you to continue with every other thing you are talking about now. You are here. So, but the fact that I hotally about the problem, still the thing, about the thing, about the situation, not about what the media is supposed to do for that business. About the thing. Okay.
It's a draw. Or quadro. Also not take years to a minute. When I say what you say, and I love my son to why I call for this year and media. Or
Yes.
Smoke and I have a way to Baba where I won't go where or quadro.
As a matter of fact, I'm with the Lendega where they boost to music to another levels. They get just to even multinational, more have where, but yet they can't do it. They won't do it. I'm a what the pure. I'm one earlier. Olwa, I'm one earlier. So I'm a what from the experience of the Olo.
Okay. Because he wouldn't be in particular.
Young Oyam Bello, Nketa, can call of Macande by Hota.
That's all I see why I was wrong. And the outside was a poor.
No, it is not like that. Can you take example? Yoruba media. Yeah, all Yoruba. Everything in the media, now even what we play for you here, now and Igbo, 80% of their songs, or how much influence found when at the media. They understand it better than us. I've met some Yoruba people here in the East as well. Folk has accept the media and Utundeba is accept. So don't even just desire again research ni hemku. Kema na second ku nse ka izuku kan nilu. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Yes, we are doing it, and right about now we might just take one call or two before we call it a day on this particular edition of Street Report on Ebona the 103. Just yeah, was it 1 minute? 1 minute kind of kai sashizie. Yabaniru. Ngwa John. Any example? Kowali and Kendi Yoruba, for example. The content you hear on air everywhere, the songs you hear. The attitude, or the attitude towards it, the attitude that anyone will go do towards it. Now, even on your jolly gear to fund it, folk can never see receive here, or they discouraged, about it. My brother, old time is ago. AI no keta 527 time years ago. He are listening and call to give because I'm actually know from you. But thank you so much for joining us this evening. The essence of the entire thing I put today, Bona, Igbo. Shoba power and power can only be found in information. Information is power. Let's accept that. And once we change that attitude, or if every other thing I complain, marginalization, it will change. And this is how I will call it today on this particular edition of Street Report on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I remain Martin. If I Chuku, Ekizie, as I number the force, the one that I call metal. Let's think about it. Thank you so much for joining me. Everyone that called, everyone that joined me on Facebook, everyone that sent SMS or WhatsApp messages. Thank you so much for becoming part of this, program today. Remember, it comes your way every Friday. Once it's 4:30, we come to deal on critical issues to cause social change in that particular issue, no matter how tough that issue might be. This is the spot where we call it a day. Have a wonderful evening, but don't touch the dial of Ebon at 103.5 FM. If you value the media, you should value the information that is coming your way. And on Ebon at 103.5 FM, once it's 6 o'clock this evening, immediately after the Angelus, there will be news. So keep it locked right here until we meet again. Shalom. Yes, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share, right?